LM Wind Power is laying off more than 200 employees at its Little Rock plant. The company says it will lay off 94 full-time employees and all 140 temporary workers. Now, the cuts are expected to take place between now and October. The windmill manufacturer blames a drop in demand for the layoffs. The company has also been hurt by the upcoming expiration of a federal tax credit for renewable energy. In just the past week, 3 companies in Central Arkansas have announced major layoffs. They include LM Wind Power, aircraft finishing plant Hawker Beechcraft, and gas drilling firm Rutherford International. Talk Business host Roby Brock is here to talk more about these layoffs. We appreciate you joining us.
My pleasure.
When it rains, it pours. We're talking about nearly 500 jobs lost as a result of these announcements. How do you look at it? I mean, is there a common denominator involved here, or is this just pure coincidence?
Yeah, this is really pure coincidence, Kevin. I mean, what has basically happened is a confluence of about 3 different kind of factors at work here that have led to these layoffs. With LM Wind Power, you basically have this expiration of tax credits that you're talking about, and you had a lot of rush to get orders in this year, which led to a bunch of production. Now they know that that production is not going to be there next year, so that's led to the layoffs. In the natural gas industry with Weatherford up in Searcy, you've got things happening in the natural gas industry where the low gas prices are just really compounding the problem for making a profit. And so these companies are having to lay off as a result of that. I think we'll see some more cutbacks in the natural gas industry, as a matter of fact. And then Hawker Beechcraft is actually driven by a global market for higher-end luxury airplanes. And there's just not a big market for that right now. So
the announcements, though, certainly raising a lot of eyebrows throughout Central Arkansas. Do you see this having an impact on the region's economy, short term or even long term?
Yeah, well, in the short term, I think we're definitely going to, be licking our wounds for a little bit. These are, 500 jobs is 500 jobs, and there's a ripple effect from all that as well. But in the long term, I think you will see other employers pick up some of these employees. You may see some people move out of the market, but you're going to see some rebound. Our economy here in Central Arkansas is diverse enough that layoffs of this magnitude, which is not huge, are going to be absorbed.
Specifically in reference to LM Wind Power, if Congress were to step up to the plate and maybe finally pass this production tax credit before it expires at the end of the year, could that possibly save some jobs?
I think it absolutely will. Now, it won't be immediate, but I do think that you will see the wind energy industry pick up the pace in the next year if this wind energy tax credit is reinstated or extended. So I think that, yes, it will help in the long run. I think that it will, but right away, you're not going to see these jobs come back before the end of the year, I wouldn't think.
Yeah, Mayor Mark Stodola said that he hopes this is a short-term issue, speaking about all the layoffs, and not a long-term one. How do you see this playing out within the next couple of months, maybe even leading up to the election and beyond?
Yeah, well, I think one of the things that you're going to see, too, is there is a lot in the pipeline right now. A lot of economic developers that I talked to say it has been a pretty active year so far. So because we're seeing these layoffs right now, we're pretty focused on it. You don't see when these rehires come back, you don't get a big announcement about that. You just kind of find out about them, or maybe 20, 50, 60 at a time they come back. But what you might see happen over the next couple of months between now and the election is you may see some job announcements that will be very positive for the state of Arkansas and for Central Arkansas. So I think that we do have some things in the pipeline that may come to fruition.
Something to look forward to.
Let's hope.
Roby, always good having you. We appreciate
too.
it. And don't forget, you can watch Talk Business every Sunday night at 10 o'clock right here on Fox 16.